Hello, and welcome to episode 5 of your Daily Strength Coach podcast. Hello, and welcome back to episode 5. Today's date is the 29th of June 2015. Today's question comes from the comments section of last Friday's episode. There's two questions for this episode. I'm going to answer Jody's question today. He asks, since it is the season and all, wondering what your recommendations would be for lifters going on holiday for a week or two over the summer. Don't want to lose all them juicy gains. Gains. To be honest, there's not really a hell of a lot of prep work you really should be doing. We're going to assume that you train fairly intensely over your normal training time. Like you're not been taking it easy the last little period. Probably the best thing to do is to remain active when you go away. So if they got a pool, do a couple of swimming sessions. Just to keep the joints moving, keep yourself active. If you normally do runs, like if you play, like you're a rugby player or you're a fairly active person, it's normally a fairly good person. It's normally a good idea to do some kind of activity like volleyball, or maybe go for a run in the morning a couple of times a week. Just kind of keep yourself ticking over. It's never really a hugely good idea to be just sedentary for the 2 weeks, especially if you're involved in any kind of like cardiovascular sport. So if you're involved in like football or rugby or something like that, the first thing that is going to go is your aerobic fitness. So to keep hold of that, you really need to be doing like a couple of fitness sessions a week. And it doesn't have to be anything too majorly intense. Just something that's going to get your heart rate up into the 80-90%. So it could just be like a quick couple of Tabata sessions, a couple of Tabata intervals on a bike, just to get your heart rate up to 90%, and that will help you keep hold of whatever cardiovascular gains you've got over the season or got in your own training. As regards to lifting, strength is like the last fitness quality to kind of dissipate. So you don't actually have to do too much to stay within touching distance. I actually think it's not a bad idea to actually have periods of just detraining for strength. So if you're worrying about what to do strength-wise on your holiday, I would probably keep it like if there's a gym available, because it's quite a fun thing to do on holiday in the morning. Maybe hit down in the morning and maybe just hit up if they have a barbell and a rack, which is fairly unlikely in most places, but if they do, great. Go down, maybe do fairly easy ones like 3 sets, just one set of 10, set of 8, set of 6, with like 50%, 60% and 70% of 1RM, just real easy weights. Just keep yourself taking over, go through the movements. The main movements I'd probably keep going through would be keep some kind of squat going on, like a front squat or a back squat, some kind of press variation. It can be dumbbells or barbell. Like if you do barbell bench press, like say you're a powerlifter and you do that in your program constantly, it's probably a good idea to get a little break away from that. So maybe move on to dumbbells and maybe do little circuits, bodybuilding circuits like dumbbell shoulder press, pull down, dumbbell bench press, dumbbell row, curl and press, and maybe skull crushers for sets of 10. Just go run through that circuit maybe 3-4 times. It doesn't have to be anything majorly complicated. You want to use the rest. I think it's good to have the rest. So I certainly wouldn't be going heavy in your time away or exerting yourself too hard. Maybe look at 2 weight sessions and follow that up with like maybe a little swim afterwards. And that's probably more than enough if you're going away for 2 weeks. Keep yourself in touch. If you don't have access to a gym, I would assume you have access to a pool, so at the very least go for a couple of swims. But yeah, just enjoy yourself, switch off, and don't worry about lifting, don't really worry about exercise so much. Just walk about, stay active, just don't be too sedentary would be the only only advice is probably is a good thing to stay away. If you are coming from like more of a sporting background, then it's certainly good to have a couple of run-ins in there, or maybe a couple of like sporting activities like what I mentioned. But it is good to have the rest, so don't sweat it if you can't get into the gym. Your squat and deadlift strength is not going anywhere. Your bench strength is not going anywhere. Like, you might have to spend, well, you're gonna have to spend 2 weeks of just kind of general training when you come back anyway. So it's not actually going to matter too much if you don't manage to do a full program when you're out there, or even just to do a 2-day-a-week program. Just means that the first session is not going to be quite so jarring or galling that after you return from your break. Okay, that's going to conclude this episode. As per usual, any questions or comments, leave them below. Any topics you'd like me to any topics you'd like to hear me talk about, questions you'd like answered, send an email to speedpowerperformance@gmail.com. Leave a comment below. Until tomorrow, this is Mark of your your daily strength coach podcast and onlinestrengthcoach.com signing out. See you tomorrow.